Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a Sephora recommendations video. I'm trying to get this out before the sale starts. I believe the sale starts the 9th or so, or maybe sometimes towards the end of this week. If you're seeing this video on Monday, it is starting at the end of the week of Easter. I don't really want this video to be super lengthy or repetitive. A few of these items are going to be items that you probably have seen in a previous Sephora recommendations video that I've done on my channel, which I'll leave linked below for you to get like more details about, because I probably, if it's my first time mentioning it, I have more of an in-depth kind of explanation and review of the product. But I'm trying to keep it short and sweet because, to be honest with you guys, I do not purchase a whole bunch of makeup. I am not a makeup hoarder. I try to only buy what I think that I can reasonably use. So hopefully that will give you some insight into the quality of these products, prices of these products, and so on and so forth. Because if I actually spent my money on it and did not return it, 9 times out of 10 it is a good product. But I'm just going to share with you my favorites from Sephora today, and hopefully this will help you out when you're shopping the Sephora VIB sale. So like I said, if you want to see that, make sure you keep on watching. I have here my little Sephora bags of goodies, and I narrowed this down to 10 products so as to not bombard you with a whole bunch of products. Because in reality I do like a lot of products, but when you have to start crossing things off the list, you know that you're down to your most favorites. As you all know, Sephora has their sale twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year they add in an extra sale, and depending on your Beauty Insider status, you get 10, 15, or 20% off of products. This, I believe, is really the only time people should probably be shopping from Sephora, because you know it's coming and you know how to plan around it. But of course, new releases come out and you want to have your hands on them as soon as they come out. But if you're one of those people who can wait to a sale, I highly recommend that you do that. Like, for example, the Fenty Skin Tint just released, and it kind of made no sense to buy it like right now, because Sephora is about to have their sale on it and you're going to be able to get 10, 15, or 20% off of it. But of course, people want to buy it and, you know, try it out just like me, like right when it comes out. But I think it is the more logical thing to wait for the sale, especially when it's this close, to go ahead and purchase it. So just my little 2 cents on shopping sales and making sure you get the best deal possible. So let's go ahead and start, and I'm going to start with perfume, since the rest of the items I have here, the other 8 items, are makeup items. So first I'm going to start off with the Victor & Rolf Flower Bomb Nectar perfume, and here she is here. I talked about this perfume and the other one that I'm going to share in a perfume haul video, and literally, like, my life has changed after getting these perfumes. Like, this is my go-to nighttime date night type of theme. Like, anything that's like a nighttime dinner, like, it's a little sexier of a scent, very long lasting and very strong. This is the one that I'm going to pick up for events like that. I really, really love it. It is a floral scent, and I tend to like more floral scents in general. That's just my preference. But I do think that that is a scent that will be palatable to a lot of different people, and definitely as a nighttime perfume, you'll love it. Just test it out when you go in the store. I think they're still letting you smell the perfumes. I might be mistaken about that, but yeah, it's a really, really, really good long-lasting scent, and I prefer it to the regular Flower Bomb, like I said, because it is a little bit more sexy and nighttimey. The next perfume that I have here is the Chloe, I think it's the Tangerine one. I'm not sure of the actual name. I probably should have that, but like I said, everything will be linked down below for you to check out. This one is a more springy, it's not fruity, because I don't necessarily think Tangerine has the most fruity, like traditional fruity of a scent. It's very light on the Tangerine, a little bit more florally, This is definitely what comes to mind when I think of a spring and summertime perfume. Not really sexy. I wouldn't consider it to be like a sexy perfume. It is long lasting too, just like the Flower Bomb Nectar. Smells really good, smells really fresh. Like, I love this scent, and this is the one that I probably go to the most because I don't go out at night during these times for the most part. So when I'm going out during the day, I just, you know, put a little bit of this on, and I can smell it. I can smell it literally to the next day. No lie. Like I said, if you want a little bit more detail about those perfumes, I talk about them a little bit more in my perfume haul video, so you can check that out. I'll try to remember to link that in the cards or either down below in the description box so you can watch that video. But let's move on to the makeup items, and I'm gonna try to go in order of my face routine. And just a little tidbit, I didn't include any skincare in this video, but make sure you check out my other Sephora recommendations videos so you can see what skincare items I typically recommend. I have no changes in what's going on with my skincare routine. Like, it's pretty much the same since my last skincare video. I'm gonna update it probably sometime this month, but the products are, I still think highly of them, and you can check out those videos if you want to know what skincare products I typically recommend. So the first thing is the NARS Soft Matte Foundation. Y'all, this foundation is totally amazing. Like, it's the perfect formula. It's a little bit more matte than a natural, what you call a natural finish foundation. So typically you have your dewy natural finish and your matte foundation. So this is like right in between the matte and the natural finish. It's very light on the face. I have it in the color New Caledonia, which is a slight bit dark for me. I will admit I could probably go down to Marquise's and be fine, but in the Natural Radiant NARS foundation, I am Macau, so it can be a little tricky with the shades for this, because you would think that you would be the same shade as the Naturally Radiant foundation, but that is totally not the case. It will probably be too light if you use the shade that you use for Naturally Radiant. So I mean, I'm not sure these days how to check your foundation color. I'm probably gonna have to go in and pick up Marquise's for me, because this is a little bit too dark. But the formula of it is amazing. It's pretty dry on the face. It does wipe off a little bit on my mask. It's not totally like transfer proof, but the finish of it is amazing. The wear is amazing. It looks bomb. I would definitely recommend this if you're in the market for a reliable foundation. So the next thing that I have here that I promise you I'm not spending more than 30 seconds on, because I know that I've talked about this concealer quite a bit. It's the Hourglass, it's got a long name, the Airbrush Seamless Vanish Seamless Concealer, whatever it is bomb. And I have this in the shade Maple. It's a full coverage concealer. It covers up your sins if you let it. Like, this concealer is so bomb, so full coverage. The shade range is really nice. Like, I love this concealer. They also have this in a mini version if you don't want to go all in because of, you know, what's going on with the shades and not being able to test it out. They do have a travel size, which I probably will pick up for vacationing, and you can try it out, and it'll be a little bit cheaper as well than buying the full size concealer. But y'all know how much I love this. I really ain't even gotta say it. I should have just held it up like this, so we good, you good, and put it down, because I've talked about that concealer enough. It's enough. But it's my favorite, and it's been my favorite for more than a year, so I stand by that concealer. Okay, the next thing I have here, I think I talk about quite a bit too on my channel, is the Fenty Beauty, what is this, the bronzer, not the cream bronzer, it's just the regular bronzer. I like the cream bronzer too, but if I'm recommending one over the other, it's the powder bronzer, because I feel like the shades are a little bit better. They also actually released a new shade in this. This is the shade Coconati. They actually released, I think it's called Thick Mint, which I probably will be picking up for my Sephora haul during the sale. But Coconati is a great bronzer. It looks way better on outside than it does show up on camera. To me, on camera, it doesn't really do it justice, because it looks like it might be too light when you're putting it on in the house, but then when you step out, you will definitely see the clayish reddish color that the bronzer has as an undertone. It's gorgeous. It applies well over makeup. Like, really no complaints about this, and this is definitely a bronzer that I would recommend for now all skin types, because she's come out with a deeper bronzer shade. So I'm gonna go pick that one up. Mocha Mommy is also a good one for my deeper skin tone girls. So yeah, just take a look at that. They have them on display in Sephora, and I promise if you pick that up, you'll probably love it. The next thing I have here is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder. I don't know why they put so many names to this stuff. Like, can we just call it airbrush powder? That's it. But this is a finishing powder that I typically use after putting on all my setting powders, my bronzers and all that. I just kind of put this on as like a final powder overlay to blend everything in and to set everything. I have this in the shade 4 Deep, and I don't know that I've talked about this in a Sephora recommendations yet. It is on the pricey side compared to pretty much everything I've shown for what it is. It's on the pricey side, I will admit. But if you're looking for something a little bit like less pricey, check out the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. That one is a good alternative to this, and it's a little bit cheaper. This one is a little bit more bougier. It has a mirror, perfect for on the go. It has a little bit more blurring qualities than the Micro Smooth Powder. So that would be what I think is the main difference between the two. But I've really been enjoying using this. I put this over my face. It blends everything together. I don't get any weird type of streaking actions going on or things not blending out. It's a good finishing powder, so I definitely would highly recommend this. The next thing I have on the list are the One Size Beauty, what are these called? Ultimate Setting Powders. And I have them in both shades, the translucent and the dark deep, and these are both the travel size. They do have bigger packaging if you want more products. For me, I find that travel size works fine because I like to try a lot of makeup and not waste it. But this powder is bomb. I cannot compare it to Patrick Starr's powder with MAC because I was never able to get my hands on it. But I will tell you that this powder is bomb, like both of them. I like to use the translucent, setting like the highlighted areas of my face, and then the rest of my face I use the dark deep, and it works just lovely. So if I use this dark deep translucent powder, I normally don't use a finishing powder, and it just basically depends on how I feel about which one I use. This one I feel like it's gonna give me more of a matte finish than a regular finishing powder. So if I want to look a little bit more matte or want it to stay and hold a little longer, I'm going to go with the deep instead of the Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder. So this one is definitely more of an all day type of thing, and this one might be for a few hours. Yeah, that's really all I can say about these powders. They look good, no flashback, like really good quality for the price. Like, I really do love it. The next thing I have here is another Fenty product. It's the Fenty Beauty Cream Blush. I always rant and rave about cream products because I think that they tend to look the most natural. Now, they're not the most long lasting of products because if you are oily, this can start to get real slick real quick, and that's what any cream product that you choose to use. It's just the nature of cream being on wetness that is oily skin, that is going to start to slide and do crazy things. But because I don't have oily skin, I don't have those problems, and these cream products tend to look the most natural, and they merge so nicely into my skin that I just have to recommend the cream blush from Fenty. They have some eclectic looking shades that are not typically for blush, and I love that. It lets people be more creative with their makeup. Like, for example, this one is Drama Class, and I would have never picked this up probably years ago. I would have never thought to pick out like that purple tone shade to wear as a blush, but seeing it on, it is so beautiful. I also have it in Daiquiri Dip, and hopefully she releases more shades because I really love this. I like how they look on my skin way better than powder blushes. So highly recommend. Maybe not so much if you are a super oily or sweaty person, because it will move. So finally we get to the last product, and it is a lip product. It is the Tower 28. I want to say it's a lip jelly. Yes, it's called the Shine On Lip Jelly, and it's in the shade Almond. I'm wearing this like as we speak. Let me show you the packaging. Very simple, minimalist packaging, but baby, these lips ain't simple. Like, this lip jelly is so bomb. It has like the perfect amount of gloss, the perfect amount of pigment. Like, this almond shade is super milky and cute. Like, I really love this. This has been my go-to nude gloss, and it's not really that expensive. I think it only costs like $14, which is cheaper than what the gloss bombs retail for. So I think that's a pretty stellar price for a Sephora product, a product that's sold in Sephora, that is. And definitely brown to deeper skin tone girls, this looks bomb without a liner. Like, I promise you don't need it. I have one on right now because I like that look, that ombre-ish look, but you definitely don't need it for this. It blends so nice with my skin tone, and that's probably why I like it the most. I feel like I can just whip this on and go, and it feels so good on the lips. So I would highly recommend. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for my top 10 whatever Sephora favorites for the VIB sale. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not, and I will see you guys in the next one.